Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Wednesday, August 16th, 2023. I hope you're doing well. I already have, in the several different attempts to get this reading going, received a few different messages, but the first of which was dramatic to the slightest extent. Okay, so a little bit dramatic, whether it's more so your energy, someone else's, or multiple people. I do feel like there's a bit of impatience about your energy either way, needing to have patience with one, if not multiple, other factors of your life. Something about your third eye being open, and what you witness throughout this day may be a little bit concerning, interesting, and potentially eye-opening. But let's pull from the wisdom deck and see what else we get for Wednesday. For Wednesday, getting completely different in comparison to Tuesday, so keep that in mind. Poised to change in the wind, regeneration, and happy. Okay. I mean, look at this imagery. It does give kind of a dramatic vibe to it, or give off a bit of a dramatic vibe. But I do feel like any moments when you're feeling a bit showy, it will come in handy. But you're carrying yourself well. There's a sense of you, for the most part, being happy. There will be a few happy occurrences, a sense of things working in your favor, due to guidance, due to you trusting yourself and being good at what you do. Some of which might be thinking about stardom, all right? Fame, fortune, stuff like that. Gaining more for yourself, living a better lifestyle, a more fitting one for some. But there's, again, a focus on the fact that you're carrying yourself well. People noticing how good looking you are, how confident you truly are, and your ability for some to get the job done, depending on what it is for you. Now, I do feel like regardless of the happiness that is wrapped up in this day at certain points or in general for you, you are finding that things are affecting you. Whether it's more your emotional state, it could be more in regards to energy affecting you, spirituality. I'm getting for some specifically noise factors, or sudden occurrences, right? Things might, or something specifically at one point might startle you. So just a heads up in regards to that. But it feels like your transformation and how a situation is potentially transforming, that's also part of this day. A sense of you having the ability to grow something from the ground up, or you have been having the ability to begin again, maybe thinking about doing so in one area of your life, if not all of which, or some of which, right? And so I feel like there's a rooted issue in a situation, and that may be highlighted to show you the truth that lies beneath the surface. Okay, that could be a connection, it could be a job situation, your business, you name it. It could be more in regards to where you're living. But there is a change in the wind in spirit, saying there's a sense of this change leading to other change. All right. When you need more moving forward, you'll gain more when you're meant to. The stripes of you are beautiful is what I just heard. Let's move on to the tarot. You also, or it could be more so somebody else outside of you around you thinking about fairness, and I just heard freedom. But I do sense that there is at least a bit of justice to be gained regardless, because it's well overdue or it's just simply needed. You deserve it. You will have to put your brain to use, your knowledge to use, and allow for that to work in your favor all the meanwhile. All right, let's pull from the Mystic Mondays. Finding a little bit hard to, okay, to breathe is what I'm getting, but to read right now for some reason. I feel like it's the energy here, but to continue for Wednesday. The Seven of Cups and the Devil card, I really sense that there's a lot to get done, a lot to contemplate, decide, to mull over, things that you could be focusing on but are going to do you no justice in that moment. And I feel like this is leaving you in a state of overthinking at certain points. Please be aware of that, and channel your focus, your intentions, your mind towards more productivity in a positive sense, but potentially needing to just put your foot on the brakes and not overthink, not overdo it, in one, if not multiple ways. You might also be thinking about how a connection or a situation, say a job, for example, could be more so where you're living, or it could be just, say, a store that you're visiting temporarily. Something's toxic in one, if not multiple ways, and this can't be ignored. You might try to, but then it just kind of pops back up in a different way, or it just is really hard to not focus on. The Three of Pentacles as well as the Princess of Cups. There's thoughts of a dream coming true, but beginning again. Your connection to the night sky may come into play, the moon specifically, but they're also saying the stars are aligning for you, and you need to remember this. Your honor towards your well-being, towards yourself as part of this day. And again, people are noticing you for your energy, for moments when you're actually happy, for something that they may see you do or know that you're doing and not approve of. I'm hearing a job well done, a job well done. You might also feel like you're individually transforming, changing over time, and that's popping up in your mind, your awareness. I'm getting, I won't say this specific example, but say things are slow and not very, busy or jam-packed at a certain point or certain points throughout this day. There's going to be a focus on what you focus on or choose to think about, notice in those moments or that moment, okay? But I also feel like regardless of whether you choose to give yourself the credit you deserve for how much you've overcome and how much you're transforming, the job well done for some again. You're going to be noticed for transformation, for change, for somebody who's growing as a mature soul. If people that you cross paths with throughout this day, or at least are viewing you, knew you at a younger age, at a different point along your path, right, a different chapter, they would be so shocked because you've come so far and you're just a completely different individual, or just a very advanced, again, more mature version of yourself. So there's a focus on that. I'm also hearing for some, whether people realize this to an extent or fully or not, you have a lot on your back, on your shoulders, all right? It reminds me of somebody who has more going on behind the scenes to cope with, to deal with, to manage than you would even begin to imagine, or other people would begin to imagine, all right? There's a feeling of you being drawn to this reading. Again, whether people realize it or not, they might to an extent. You having a bit of an up and down sort of rocky path, but you find ways to try and enjoy it to the best of your ability. Now, I also feel like there's a focus on when you're not feeling very fun or just kind of ultra serious. Now, this may be more so you thinking back to past versions of yourself or different situations, or just the past in general, right? Even if that's rewinding just slightly back. Could be throughout this day for you, but there's a sense of you still having improvement as far as how you manage, cope, how things affect your mood. I don't know why that's coming through that way. Anyways, let's move on. Sorry, that made me a little bit nervous. Key wording. I'm going to wrap this up soon. The Hierophant, I also feel like that was the message. Thinking about wrapping something up soon, whether it's throughout this day, maybe more so weeks, months down the line. Excited for change is now what I'm getting. But with the Hierophant, again, your third eye being open. This was the Temperance card I was drawn to in the beginning. Two eyes here, all right? You may be pushed to look at something from two different perspectives, and this may just assist you greatly. But I do feel like, once again, thinking about the pieces, the blocks, the building blocks of your life or a situation, and how you're going to have to do this again, all right, with a completely different situation. So let us prepare you. The Queen of Cups, the Justice card, and the Eight of Cups. There's a sense of you treating yourself throughout this day, at least at one point. You might overdo it. Not going to be surprised if that happens. But I do feel like the scale is balancing out in your favor, weighing out the pros and cons, or at least that just being part of this day. They're again saying don't overdo it. Apply that in more than one way if need be. But there's a sense of you being pushed to think about your accomplishments and all that you're going to potentially leave behind, pass by, pass up in order to acquire what you desire, in order to see your path transform more so in a way that you, or ways that you would see as more ideal for you. All right. Matching your personality is what I'm hearing. There's something about a wish that you will acquire moving forward, even if you haven't come up with what this looks like, or exactly what you want or need. I feel like this wish is going to change you on a core level, and something about it is going to bring out, transform you to the way that you always kind of have been, to an extent deep down, or just it will help you change in the way you're meant to. Very interesting. More of who you're meant to become. Let's pull one or two more before we wrap this up. It's just going to be a day where you're reminded left and right that you're changing. You have changed, and that's a good thing, but there's some dramatic changes to take place moving forward. A moment of slight drama, whether it's more so you witnessing this, being, this bit of drama, that's going to remind you how much you've changed once again. But the Four of Wands, because I feel like there's a silent moment, a level of silence that is a bit deafening. But there's a sense of you being feeling a bit trapped in a situation, limited. But there is also a reminder that things are falling into place for you, that you are only temporarily confined or limited, trapped. Even if it's not fully that way, there's a sense of you acquiring a level of freedom moving forward that will, again, change you dramatically. Allow for things to even more so fall into place in your favor. Adjust your perspective when need be, but utilize your mind to your advantage, like we were saying before. And trust what you feel, all right? As you plan, as you get ready, as you build things up, and allow for yourself to get exactly what you desire and continue to change through it all right? And do to it all. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Wednesday, and I'll see you next time.